Free running is an acrobatic and athletic discipline founded by Sebastien Foucan. Foucan started what he termed free running in 2003, which he developed as a more inclusive form of parkour. We followed around free runners Azan, Leonardo and Chris to show us the true nature of the sport on the streets.
Parkour is, getting from A to B as quick as you can, and free running is all about like flips and flares and stuff. But the more I've done it, I've just realised parkour and free running is the same thing. Parkour is just having fun and being free to do whatever you want. It has a bit of breakdancing, it has a bit of rock climbing, it has a bit of this, it has a bit of that. Like, it's got a flair of everything, and it's just a mixture of everything put together.
There's a whole big debate on parkour and free running, because some people are like, oh, parkour is just from getting point A to B is efficiently as you can, and then free running is like street gymnastics where you add in flips and stuff. To me personally, they're both the same thing. Call it what you want. Parkour, free running, car parking, space jumping, it's just all the same stuff. It's just movement in general, really.
There are many dangers that come with such a high-risk sport, so it's important for free runners to develop an athletic mindset.
I always try to clear my mind as best I can, think as positively as you can, don't let the negative thoughts get in, only think of the ways that you're going to be able to do it. And to reinforce that, I'll just imagine myself doing it from a first person perspective over and over again in my head. And then I'd imagine it from a third person perspective. And then when I get to going to do the move, it already feels like I've already done it. And then I just execute it.
I free run because the area I grew up in wasn't very safe, so there wasn't a lot for us to do that wasn't illegal. So free running for me was just an outlet so I can go out and have fun, express myself, just hang out with friends. But then it eventually became part of the discipline, and once I started, I couldn't really stop.
It inspires me. That's a good one.
It's definitely Jackie Chan. So before I did parkour, I watched loads of these movies. And he really pioneered what the human body was capable of doing. And then another one would be Gibbons and monkeys, and how they move naturally in the woods.
I'd say Phil Doyle from Cambridge. His technique's really good. GUP, their flow's on point. It's just so it's the best way to describe it.
Firstly, the game Assassin's Creed. I saw my friend playing it and I just thought it was so cool. But then when I realised people like David Bell and Sebastien Foucan were doing it on YouTube, and real ordinary people were doing these extraordinary things, I felt like I just had to get on it. I do feel that people misjudge the sport slightly. I mean, there have been, documentaries like Jump London and films like District 13 that have tried to push the positive image of the sport out. But a lot of people still think we're just, rowdy teenagers jumping from building to building. But it's definitely a discipline. And Shakespeare said in Hamlet, there's a method to the madness, and for us, there's a method to our movement.
To get a better understanding of the history of free running, we spoke to founder Sebastien Foucan at the Oxygen Free Jumping Centre in Southampton to find out how he started parkour.
All on you, yeah, all over you, all on you, yeah, all on you, yeah, all over you, all on you, yeah.
with my friend. We never thought we would create anything. We just come up with the desire of playing outside. And my friend David Bell was really driven. He wanted to follow his father's step. So, we all had a very strong background, sport background, and that's how we started. We just creating, using our imagination, and finding some histories in the environment and jump around. That's it.
Parkour became popular probably, I would say, when YouTube exploded, and when it became easy to put videos online. Really, in England, it became popular from a documentary called Jump London, which Sebastien was in. He starred in that, and it was him just moving around London, all the landmarks, and moving around on them.
The James Bond adventure was the best ever in my life, professional-wise, alongside working with Madonna. How it came, they contacted me. I had this phone call after I did Jump London and Jump Britain, the documentary with Channel 4. Was a good success in UK. So they say they were curious about me. So based on the script, they want one guy, James Bond, follow him, and he's got this skill to escape. So naturally, the circumstances made me to be the right candidate for this. That's how it's happened for me. That was just amazing. Knowing like I didn't do any acting class, I didn't plan to be there. So life is full of surprise, and that was a fantastic surprise to me.
Not many people know that Sebastien Foucan is also a public speaker. Foucan did a speech on people's relationship with fear, where he reveals his own.
What is my fear? I've got a revelation, I've got vertigo, and I'm afraid of heights.
I see fear as an information, and all I see is challenge. So is this challenge is important for me, or this challenge is going to change me or not? That's what is very important. That's what triggered my decision from working with Madonna, even not being a dancer, have all this responsibility given to me, working on James Bond, doing Dancing on Ice, even working here, being a public speaker. All these things is like something I've never been born with it. It's just a challenge come to me, and it's for everyone. Do you want to embrace the challenge or not? And that's the message of Parkour Founder.
Right from the beginning, it doesn't matter what level you are, you have to go through a lot of mental preparation to get yourself ready for certain movements, but then that is realised through a physical action. However, it all comes back to that mental, I can do this, I believe in myself, right down to the sort of strategic, am I putting my foot in the right place, am I using, am I pushing enough with my arms, am I strong enough to do it, do I need to go away, get a bit stronger and then try again. So yeah, I think challenge sums it up really well.
So now you've got coaches, you've got facilities with, like here in oxygen-free jumping, which is the first ever fully padded obstacle course. All this stuff, we'd never have this before. So it's already a progression for the future. So you've got coach, we've got also with Parkour UK, which is national government body for parkour in UK. So that's it. Now we've got certificate also. Parkour UK level 1, level 2, so you can be an assistant or a teacher. So all this stuff, when I started, none of those existed. You've got no reference point. Now they've got a lot.
We now know that there is a method to the movement in this high-impact discipline, and after gaining a true insight into the free-running community, we've learnt that it takes more than just a leap of faith.
I breathe so heavy, my body wants to break. I push myself past my limits, but still, I go on. I live for this, the run, the feel of freedom, not being held back by rules, no one telling me what to do. I live for this.